Hello lovelies. Well, today I have a double page art journal video in my large Dilutions art journal, which I haven't cracked open in, I couldn't tell you how long. I actually spent a few minutes going back through it, remembering, some of the pages I've done. It's been a while. I've been using my altered book and doing my flip journal, which is a single page. It's been a while since I've been motivated and feeling like I could do a double page spread that I'm happy with. And I've been watching some art journal videos on YouTube, just trying to get my mojo back, and I thought I'd dive in. Funny thing is, I'm using some colours I haven't used in actually two of these colours. I had to open. I hadn't used them. I'm not a pastel person. I don't like pastel colours. Yes, I know I buy them, but it wasn't until I watched a video by the lovely Neve Bailey that I saw how she managed to use some pastels in a page that I absolutely adored. And yeah, so I thought I would channel my inner Neve and give it a go, and I love how it turned out. I really do. Adding the pastels with some of those deeper colours, oh, it's amazing. So I am using a mix of heather, carnation, Sedona and marine in the Dina Wakley paints, and it's the addition of that marine that really ties this page together. It is not a color combination I ever would have had. Literally, I went and grabbed some colors. I intentionally grabbed some pastels, and then I went looking for some darker colors to help tie it together, and Sedona is one of my favorites, and marine I had literally 4 bottles of, so I thought I'd use that too. But it almost acts like a good neutral. It's not a neutral, but it sort of falls in that class for this page. It just helps really tie everything together. So I put down my paint, and then yes, I'm working on a double page, and then I've gone over with the large number stencil and used a wet one just to take off some of that paint. And it's reverse stenciling basically. It's taken off some paint and left behind the imprint of that stencil in some of the darker areas, and I love it for texture. Now I've gone through and grabbed a whole bunch of stamps. Now, in the past, you will always hear me say I like to use black paint with my foam stamps because I love the bold, crisp image that gets. I went and grabbed an ink pad because I didn't want bold and crisp. I just wanted to add layers in my background. But my ink pad worked really well. So I got nice, bold, dark images, which is cool. Works for this page. But yeah, it was just, it was a nice surprise. I just wanted to just keep layering, so knowing when to stop is not a skill I possess. So I just kept going to town with my stamps. I've used a mix of, let me see here, I have collage circles, I've got some numbers, I've got the 9 dots, I've got, I don't even know what that one is. I think it's the Harlequin stamp. I just went and grabbed a whole bunch of stamps. And I've just gone to town with, just trying to get the ink off my hands now, with that one ink pad, and then just, yeah, made a big hot mess of a background. Ever just get in a mood where you just want to throw stuff on a page and just keep going? That's the mood I was in. I am trying to get my art journaling mojo back. It has been a long time. And so, yeah, I really wanted to just do all the things on this page. I thought I'd try and tone it down a little bit with a stencil just to bring in some lighter areas. I tried using a metallic, the rosy, but it didn't work. So then I just put some more heather down, which is a light, very light purple. And I'm just using that in some areas just to bring little pops of that light to the front to sort of just, push the background back a little bit. It's not a lot, it's not very noticeable, but it's another layer, it's more interest, it's more texture. And that's what I really like in my art journal pages, you'll notice clearly. So now, because I really love Sedona, I decided to bring some more of that in. Yes, I just put a light color on. Now I'm going back with a dark one. I like mark making. I love to use pens, paint brushes to do some mark making. So I've just gotten a small paintbrush and I'm just doing some dashes in a few areas just to bring some interest to that page, another layer, more texture, and I get to play with more paint. That's what I enjoy doing when I'm in that mood. I just like to keep going and keep playing, and this is a way to do it. It's a great mark making technique. It's just a paintbrush and I'm just doing dashes all over the place. Another thing I love to do is bring in my white gel pen to go over a few. Usually I like to highlight one certain part of my background, and in this case it's the diamonds in the Harlequin stamp. I think that's what it's called. I will link everything. I'll try and find the names for everything. It will be linked to the Facebook post for Scrap FX, because this is a Scrap FX design team page. And yeah, I just love to go into my background and use my white pen and just, you know, go around some of the shapes that I have on my page. Again, I love using paint pens. I love mark making, so it's just a way of adding something else to the page. And that white is really helping those areas pop, because it is, even with the pastels, it is a pretty dark page. But yeah, it just helps highlight certain areas of my background. So I'm gonna look for a focal image now. I go through a fair few. Usually when I start a page, I don't have a focal image in mind. I just want to put paint on a page and make my background. Usually my focal image is the last thing I do, because, well, it just doesn't feel finished without it. And I've been wanting to use this, one of these images for a while. This is from a few releases ago. They're fabulous. I can't remember the name of the sheet, but they're really great, and I've been hoarding them. And I know, even though there are no rules in art, like my Year 11 art teacher said, it is sort of an unwritten rule that we don't have our images floating in the middle of the page. In my defense, I figured that because this was a perfect little square, or rectangle, sorry, it looked like it was a picture hanging on a wall. And that was sort of what I was going for. I figured that's how I would use it. It would just look like, you know, instead of an actual focal image, it's like a print that I've just, you know, hung on a wall. It's hard to explain, but that's the thought I was going for. And to do that, I thought I would frame it, make a nice little frame, but my paint pen didn't want to work. My gel pen didn't want to work because of the texture, so I go with my Stabilo All Pencil around the edge, sort of just to give it a frame, to give the look that, yes, I know it's in the middle of my page and just stuck there, but I did that intentionally. So a lot of the times I don't use water to activate my Stabilo All Pencil. I love the grungy, rough, jagged look it gets when you leave it raw. And then to go with it, I cut a transparent that says "Go Against the Flow," which I thought worked really well for this page. And then I'm using that as my title. So all in all, I love how this turned out. I'm really happy with this. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll be back real soon with another one. Bye for now.